Welcome to episode 29 of New Indian Woman podcast, airing first in early November 2020, and I'm your host Krishna. Friends, today I have come to you with a short episode. Many of you have shared feedback saying you would like some of the episodes to be shorter. Well, I would urge you to combine listening to podcasts while doing something else, like traveling, driving, walking, doing household chores, etc., as it is done by listeners worldwide. But I know most of us in India are getting used to the concept of listening to podcasts now. So it's fine. I hear you. Shorter episode it is. I will look forward to hearing your feedback on these short episodes. Today's episode is going to be a very practical, actionable tip that all of you would love to implement. So let us start. I want to ask you a question. How do you want your ideal day to be? When I first came across this idea, I was not prepared. No one had asked me this question, you see, ever. Worse, I had not asked myself this question. When I take sessions and I ask this question to the attendees, I see the same reaction. Well, what do you exactly mean? They ask. So I repeat. How do you want your ideal day to be? This is not the essay question in school, like how the teachers used to ask, right? If you were to be the Prime Minister of India for one day, what would you do? No, this is not completely open-ended. So how would you want your ideal day to be is not to be answered as if in your dream, but in your current context, based on your current roles in life. Given that you need to get up and go to college or work, or cook, clean, send off your children to school and then rush for work, or then start with never-ending housework and take care of elderly and whatnot, and still spend quality time with your family. You get it, right? Assuming you are still expected to do all these roles, how would you want your ideal day to be? Let us look at this question differently. Given a choice, what would you like to do for which you are unable to set aside time now? For me, this was reading books, listening to music, and of course, wanting to do yoga and meditation. These remained in my wish list forever. When I was working in a corporate job, I told myself that I am very busy. Someday I will do all this. And when I left corporate and started volunteering for NGOs, you would have thought I had a lot of time at my disposal, right? Yes and no. Things just filled up my time. Do this, do that, without even me realizing my day was full, completely taken. So when was I planning to read, do yoga, and so on? My friends, be it someone in a very demanding job or a part-time role, a young mom or a middle-aged stay-at-home mom with grown-up kids, the scenario is the same. Some of you would love to find some time to play an instrument, practice music, go for long walks at the nearby park, take a course on photography, do painting or sculpture, do some gardening, or just sit down in the favorite quiet corner in the house and sip coffee in a relaxed way. Big or small, all kinds of things are there in the list of what you want to do. Things that need to be done fill up our days. If I ask you, what did you do last week? You may recollect some of the things you did, but not what filled up an entire day. So the days just flow by. One merges to the next, and then we suddenly realize one more year has passed by. So how to find time for what you want to do? I very rarely meet someone who finds time for what they want to do. But if not you, who will bother about finding time for what you want to do? Now let us come to know how to do it. I want you to take a sheet of paper and write down how you want your day to be. I mean, like how we write down a school timetable for a day as to what we will do for each period. In our case, instead of each period, we will look at each, say, 1 hour block from morning till night. Say you get up at 6 a.m., 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., some relaxed time and morning workout, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. cooking and getting ready, and so on. For every 1 hour till whatever time you go to sleep typically. When you write this down, most of your day will be filled with what you need to or have to do based on your roles in life. But I'm sure you will be able to find some time here and there for what you want to do. You don't agree? I can hear what you are saying or thinking right now. What is the point in writing it down? I know it will not happen. Isn't that what you're telling yourself? But coming to the school timetable part, if time was not set aside for each subject across the week, do you think anyone would be able to cover so many portions across so many subjects and then for sports and other activities? Timetables exist for a reason, right? I challenge you to write down a timetable for your ideal day and then try. No, a magic will not happen overnight. You may still feel the first few days is a repeat of whatever you are used to. But do keep your ideal day sheet handy and look at it every now and then. Maybe you want to take a photo of it and keep it as a wallpaper in your phone. Within a few weeks, you will see yourself trying to align to the ideal day you have drawn up. Sometimes it may so happen that you realize your ideal day is not practical and you want to revise it. Go ahead, do it, change it. And there is no rule that you need to find time for what you want to do every single day. To start with, if you realize you will set aside time from say 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., just 2 days a week for reading or painting or whatever it is you want to do, you are unlikely to flop in front of TV or scroll over your WhatsApp chats. I have 2 ideal days drawn out, one for working days and another for weekends. You feel free to create your own ones. Maximum 3 is good. You want to see a template for this? Head over to thenewindianwoman.com/free downloads. I have shared the link in the show notes as well. You can download the sheet from there and try to fill it up. There will be abnormal days when things don't go as per your ideal day. But then, when you have your ideal day drawn up, you know these abnormal days are an exception and you will resume your ideal day soon. And over a period of time, you will realize that you have crafted your day beautifully, incorporating what you want to do along with what you have to do. And it is extremely fulfilling. This can bring sheer joy. Experience it and do let me know by writing to krishna@thenewindianwoman.com. Well, that was a real short episode, isn't it? Did you like it? All set to draw up your ideal day? Would you like to share your ideal day with like-minded friends? Head over to facebook.com/newindianwoman. I will wait to see a snapshot of your ideal day. Yeah, a photo of the day that you have written down on your paper. Come, let us encourage each other to make this happen. Once we start crafting our days, they are going to be more beautiful, more fulfilling. Remember, you are what you want to be, and the time starts now.